Hey, everybody. Happy
Hello.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Yes, it is
Yay.
Terrific Tuesday, and we are so glad to be here. We apologize for being a little tardy. We got hung up on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We were
Cheryl
having
acting
hot,
up
fiery
again.
conversations, and we're going to actually, you all know that we always do a question of the day. So we're going to pull that question of the day from Instagram here. But before we do, we'd like to say hello and welcome to Church Girl Rants. We are so happy that you are
Hello.
here. And so when you come in, say hello to us in the comments. Let us know where you are joining us from. We are three girlfriends that like chatting it up. And when we say we rant, that means we talk about
Mm-hmm.
topics, all kinds of topics, from relationships,
Yeah.
church culture, world culture, the happenings on in the universe. If it's happening, we're going to talk about it. So we're so excited to have you all here with us this evening. My name is Cheryl Thomas. I am a minister, best-selling author, and a certified Christian life coach. And here on Church Girl Chance, I have my two wonderful co-hosts, Chrissy in the middle and Sharon. Wave at the people.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Y'all can tell we like to
Uh-huh.
have fun. We like to have fun. Hey, Helen, thanks so much for joining
Hi,
from
Helen.
Amityville, New York. That's
Hi.
our New Yorker. Thanks so much for joining. Be sure to like and share with your friends. Hey, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Shrell.
Sherelle.
Shrell from the
Sherelle. That,
ATL.
All right.
that's my girl.
That's your
Yes,
girl. And
yes,
I see
yes,
here's
yes,
Robin's
yes.
here too. Hey, Robin.
Hi.
All my people in the house. Come on
Thanks so much for joining. You all like and share. This is going to be a hot conversation on tonight. And I want to just go ahead and jump in to our question for today because that's what had us late. That's what had us eating
Oh
up
God.
over on Instagram. So here is the question of the day. And it is, who pays for the
now.
first date?
Ooh,
Who should
Lord.
pay
Wow.
for the first date? Y'all, we're going to give our viewpoints on what that should be. You know, everybody was beating me up. Praise the Lord. Oh, yes, they had me going, Krista. I took a beating on Instagram for the team. I just want y'all to know. I
Wow.
took a beating. But I
Wow.
was strong.
Oh, God.
So let me know
That's
who pays for the
hilarious.
first date. Shrell said, not me.
Not me. Sherelle,
That's right.
come
Y'all
on
let me
now.
know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Who pays for the first date? Chrissy, we're gonna let you go first, and then me and Sharon will weigh in. And y'all keep letting us know in the comments who pays for the first date. Who
I was
pays?
really waiting to hear y'all answers and see because I since I missed the live
Oh no.
IG.
Yeah,
Sharon,
you're gonna have to do a revisit to IG Live because when I tell you IG Live was live,
Yeah.
it
okay.
was it
And I
was
saved it, so it's you can go to my page and y'all can go see how they beat up on me. Just go watch it.
Oh my gosh.
honey.
So you want
Cheryl is just like a tree planted by the rivers. She shall not be
Cannot be
moved.
moved.
okay,
Strong and
okay.
steady, baby.
Okay, that's good. So you want my
Thank
answer
you,
too?
Dominique. Thanks for joining. She said, if you ask me then,
That's very
duh.
true. That is very
Facebook is
true.
a whole different topic. It's a
see,
whole
see, we should
different
have started at
topic.
Facebook because I was getting beat down over on Instagram. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh Lord, am I ever gonna get married? Oh Jesus! Thank you, Helen. The guy. It speaks of his character.
Okay,
That's
see,
true.
we're gonna talk. Go ahead, Chrissy. We're gonna let
Oh,
Chrissy in on this conversation.
okay. So at my rightful age of I'm 41 years old, it's always been taught that the man should pay for the first date. unless it's some kind of a mutual agreement. Now,
Bam.
since I'm getting a little seasoned in this, I'm getting a little, since I'm getting a little
Look,
seasoned,
The
got a little season
seasoning.
salt going on.
it, I mean, it's seriously, I don't know. I mean, it should be the man, but I'm gonna just say it depends on the man because I had a first date with a gentleman. It really shocked me because he came to my church in a nice suit that Sunday, driving a Lexus, and and asked me out to dinner, and we went out to dinner. At the end, and something told me just make sure you got your money on lock, just
Always.
Yes.
and something
Always.
did, and so I'm sitting there with him, and at the end, he gonna say, at the end of the date, he says, "Do you have enough money to cover yourself?" And I looked at him,
Christy, where do
and
you find these people, baby?
I need to drink something.
Christy.
Hold on, I gotta get some water.
listen, and I looked at him, and I said, "Okay." He said I had to spend all this money to get this new suit. And he was talking about, yeah, he had to spend the money to get. And let me just tell you, the suit was yellow. So
That
he
was
You,
a
talking about,
thing.
God gave you a sign.
he spent
Yeah.
all the money to buy a new suit, and the Lexus that he was driving was actually his stepdaddy's, not his. So I said, Lord, I thank you for always helping me out, and you be giving me a word from on high, because I said to him, so you mean to tell me that I did good to have my own money, because we would have been in the kitchen on this first date washing dishes,
Washing
because
dishes.
you gonna tell me
Exactly.
at the end of the date, could I cover myself?
Right, right. Thank you.
See,
Robinson,
here's
not the
the thing.
yellow.
Not yellow. See that? Look, Chrissy, that
Yes.
his suit meant caution. So that was a discerning spirit right there that he
God
was
was trying to
already
tell
teaching
you.
you.
He was
He
trying
was
to tell you.
already trying to
Slow.
let you know that that was caution, baby. Caution.
You missed the sign. You
You
missed
Listen,
the
missed the
I think
sign.
I'm just kind of. I think I'm gonna just have to write a funny book on all the funny things that has happened in my life, because they are just unreal.
you
Yeah.
need to really catalog it. If you are just joining us, this is your first time watching Church Girl Chat.
Robert
I
said,
need you to
look
go to
for another.
YouTube and I need you to binge watch it because I promise you, every episode,
Oh,
Chrissy has a story about something that happened that has
Right.
happened to nobody ever.
nobody,
Nobody.
Nobody ever.
nobody.
Hey, Lynetta, thanks for joining. That has never happened to anybody. I promise you, just for the hilarity of hearing Chrissy's stories, it's worth it all. It is worth it
Yes, it
all.
is.
So y'all go
Yes.
check her out. Go check them
I
out.
Right.
have I have graduated though. I mean, because the last gentleman I dated, he was well put together. He took me on a very nice date. Everybody thought he was Steve Harvey when he walked in. I mean, he was being stopped by everybody.
All
And
right
so,
now.
and he treated me to, and then he even gave me a $300 gift card to Dillard's to go shopping. I say, now
And he
this
paid for
is
that date, didn't
this
he?
is yeah. I said, this is the way you have a first date. So now the bar has been set. So whoever the next gentleman is, I know better now. I know
She been
better.
spoiled. She's been spoiled.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me on Instagram. I
Really,
posed the
Lord.
same question: Who pays for the first date? Now, and I prefaced it. Now, Sharon, confirm this. I prefaced it with, "I'm a little old school." So, y'all, I'm a little old school. So, for me, the man pays for the first date. Why you asking me if you not gonna pay? And I did say, I'm gonna give y'all everything. I'm not gonna paint it like they did me wrong. I'm gonna tell you why they did me wrong because I'm gonna tell you what I said. If he asked me on a first date, we are at the date, and I don't find out until, like you, Chrissy, till at the date that this is not a Dutch date. This is not that you pay date. I'ma feel like, oh, I always have money with me. I am never going to go out with any man
correct. You're
without
not supposed
without
to.
my money on lock. I'm gonna have some money.
Right.
I
So he's
found
going
out.
if he tells me at the table, oh, we Dutch, in my mind I'm thinking, oh, okay, but remember, it's in my mind. You just messed up. Like, okay. And I will probably look at you differently. That's just the truth. It might not be right. But I am gonna be thinking, this joker got me, and he didn't even tell me we was going Dutch. If I knew we was going Dutch, I would have done something different. But okay, I got you. And that's how I'm thinking. Thank you. So I don't know.
So here
Okay.
is the thing. Mr. Clinton, just know that we have you in our prayers. We pray that God will open up a door for you and that you and your children will receive whatever God wants you to have in Jesus' name. Amen. Now,
Amen.
here's my thing. Like I said to Cheryl on IG Live, and see the thing that about IG
Oh my
Live,
God.
we couldn't play it back, we couldn't go edit it, we couldn't do nothing to it. It was straight
Yeah.
live, right?
Boom.
So Cheryl was just like, "Look, this is where I am." So this is what I said, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I said, of course, there have been dates that I've been on. I have never had to pay at all. But at the same time, I do understand that we're living in a different day and age. And so
Mm-hmm.
there are people or men who are, out there, they're looking for mates and so on and so forth. But right now, they are pushing, they are striving to, get to where they desire to be. And I get that. I understand that. As long as while we are sending text messages or as long as we're talking on the phone, we have that communication to where you
Yeah.
say, "Hey, this is where I am in life. I really do want to go out with you, but on our first date, I would really like for us to go out. But if you don't mind, can we go Dutch?" I get that. I understand that because my stuff ain't always together. And so I can't I definitely am not going to sit here and say that everybody else got to have their stuff together when sometimes my stuff ain't together. So, but
Yeah.
communication is key. Right. Make the agreement before we go out.
But y'all, let me
That's why
stop
I
her.
say
That's not how she
no, no,
positioned that
no.
to me.
Yes, it
That is
is.
not how
Cheryl,
she put. She
Cheryl, go back
said,
and look
"What?
at it.
This is the scenario Sharon gave me. What
No.
if y'all go out and he asked you out, y'all go out on the date, and then he asks you, can you go Dutch? And you say, oh, okay, and you pay
Yeah.
for it. Then he gets outside and says, you know what? I appreciate you having my back there. Here's your money back. I don't know. See, he messed up inside.
But
Because
Ah.
this
here's
whole
the
I'm
thing.
testing you thing, I ain't
Yeah.
I ain't with that. I'm just not.
But and I get that, but that's not you. But like I said on IG Live, our audience is vast, so we cannot necessarily say that what we do or what we will always do is what somebody else may do. They may feel comfortable doing that. They may be okay with that. And there's nothing that's wrong with that with if that's something that they're comfortable about.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I see
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
I got my church finger up right now. This is just what I'm thinking. Is it really considered a date if the man doesn't pay?
Yeah.
Well, and
I think
okay,
so.
And I'm
Because
saying that
and I
because
understand what Chrissy is saying. If we just hanging and we gonna be friends, then it is my
exactly
expectation that I am
that we
going to
just
pay.
hanging.
If you are
Because are you
interested in
telling me
me
that?
and you want to pursue
Yeah,
me and take
yeah,
me out,
yep.
my expectation is for you to pay. That's just me. Like if we just cool and we like each
Mm-hmm.
other, we vibe together. I think you a
Hey,
cool guy. Hey, let's go hang out. Let's go to chick.
yep, yep.
Girl, I mean, not girl, but yes, I'm going with you, and I'm gonna pay for my own food. You gonna pay for your own food. But if you are a suitor to me, you are trying to like me and take me out. I'm gonna expect for the first date for you to pay for me. I'm so sorry. I just don't.
and that
Especially if
but
you're
that
trying to
like I
reel
said,
me in, you're trying to reel me in.
but here's the thing, but that's what I'm saying.
Listen, see, Alex, listen to
Not
this.
the yellow suit.
Did Yellow Suit get a second date?
Let me tell you, I'm gonna have to have a y'all gonna have to give me a whole show on this guy.
Oh,
That must be me. Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to give me a whole show on them,
Okay,
on him.
Right.
if y'all want to hear the yellow suit story, y'all put that in the put yellow suit in the comments if y'all want to hear in an upcoming episode the yellow suit story.
Listen. Let's just put it this way. I did continue just to answer her question real quickly. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I
That was
said,
so
okay,
nice.
I'm gonna work because I was such a nice person, but I think I was
That's what I'm
gullible.
talking about.
But it's just he disappointed me in like Valentine's Day rolled around. I got a brand new outfit to go out with him. Then I forgot what he told me came up that we couldn't go out for Valentine's Day. It was a lot that happened. And then he brought me this chocolate rose and all this stuff. And just to go ahead and sum it up real quick, the man was married and his wife called me and said to me, "Yeah, I gave him a chocolate rose for Valentine's." I say, "You know what?" I say, "Yeah, he brought me
He
he brought
recycled
me
his wife
he
gift.
recycled he recycled the gift.
Oh, that is so
He
mean.
recycled. So that's why I say it's gonna take
Chrissy,
a
Okay, okay,
this
we
is a
okay. This is what we're
it's
gonna do.
gonna take
One
a whole show.
episode.
It's
One
gonna take a whole
episode. We're
show.
gonna do like our worst date stories.
Yep, he gonna be
And
all on it.
so we want to hear a yellow suit on our worst dates, or y'all. We gonna do that episode, our worst date stories.
I don't
I don't
have
have a
any.
lot, but I'm gonna think about one.
I don't
Robin
have
wants to
any.
know under what conditions would y'all pay? Okay, if it is agreed beforehand. If you say, hey,
The second date.
I'd like to go out with you. I'm a little strapped right now, but I'd like to get to know you. Da da da. I would consider that. Um, More than likely, because as I was telling them on IG Live, I don't have a problem if I'm dating somebody, paying for their meal, whatever. I don't have an issue with that. My issue was first date. First date.
Yeah, the first date.
That was my issue. Along down the line, I've done that before, so I don't have an issue with
Yeah,
that. Um,
yeah. I can
so
consider
if
the
you
second date.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't strap me at the table on our first day. Be like, about this chick.
Exactly. Exactly.
It ain't gonna be cute. I'm gonna be honest. Now, they told me on Instagram I need to work on my grace for the guy. That's what they said.
That part right there.
Okay, Cheryl says
Um,
most men are burnt out with dating so many females. So they broke anyway. But she said,
yep.
so with that being said, they're no longer comfortable with continuing to spend money on dates, and she is not the one. I get it, but taking me out on a date, you as a male will pay for the first, second, third, fourth. However, when we have gone on several dates, you best believe I got you because by this time you have proven to me you got me, meaning you at this point are interested.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
my point. And I know how maybe I feel, how Chrissy feels, maybe how Shrell feels. It may be real old fashioned, but at this juncture in my life, I am 50 plus years old,
Mm.
and like I said, y'all help me out. I am expecting a 50 plus year old man to have $20 to take me out,
But see, okay, here's the
Yeah.
thing, because I
or
don't
he
want
wouldn't
it
have
to
asked.
seem, but see, I don't want it to seem like I don't understand and I don't agree with you guys. What I'm saying
Oh man,
is,
okay.
I don't, oh, Fendi, Chanel, no.
Don't say no.
What what I don't want you guys to think is that I disagree with your philosophy of having a man to pay on the first date. But what I'm saying too is that I don't want a woman that's out there that likes this guy and he likes her and he's being genuine and she's been genuine to say, "Oh, I can't go out with you because you ain't got no money." Or I can't go out with you because you can afford a cup of coffee. Or hold on, before you guys blow me off, let me just say that we have to understand that there's a different mindset from generation to generation. We're in our 40s and 50s. Okay, you got 20 year olds out here, 30-year-olds out here that don't mind paying for
Yeah.
a date for their guy or for on the first date. So I'm just saying, when we're having conversations, we got to consider that our audience is vast,
Right.
and we're talking, of course we're going to give what we say and what we believe for ourselves, but at the same time giving somebody else that thing to say, okay, if that's how you guys want to roll, then that's okay, that's how you roll, that's your
Mm-hmm.
communication. So but it all comes back to communication.
Yeah.
That's what I said on IG live, Cheryl. It all comes down to communication of how it's done.
Okay. And I get that that we will likely have people from their 20s all the way through their 60s, 70s that watch this show. I know we do.
Mm-hmm.
And um at 50, like I said, at 50 plus years old, I am born in a certain generation, and my expectation, I told y'all I was old school. I do not
Yeah.
expect that my opinion is your opinion, nor do I expect you to do what I do if you
Mm-hmm.
feel differently. So anything, this church girl rant, so I'm ranting about my opinion. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
your truth.
That's true.
So
Hmm.
when I say that will be a problem for me, I am
It's a
by
problem.
no means saying that that should be how you see it. You have
Yeah.
your own mind. You know what works for you, what would be good for you. So for me, that would be like a stop sign for me. But for some people, I love like family members that are like, they don't care. They'll ask him out. They're not waiting for the guy to be, the aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
That is okay for them, but for me and this house, that is not okay for me. Like, let's
Right.
just say he could
And
come up short on the second date. And yeah, I was
Yeah.
telling them on IG, thank you, I was telling them on IG. Okay, I'm not even gonna say it.
There
Let's
you
say we
go.
need to go to the
That's a good
park or
one.
lakes or something
Something free.
free on the first date.
Sounds good.
If you are strapped, then that, for me, okay, and this is how,
That's a good one.
what happens in business. When you are just starting out business, you don't have a lot of money, so you are very creative. When you start out in
Yeah.
business, you're like, okay, I don't have the money to buy all these tools, so I got to get creative as how I do my business. The same in life. When I don't have as much money, we get real creative. Like when I was in college, we didn't have money for cable, but we got really creative, and we was, siphoning cable from the neighbors. So, you get creative. So you want to take a girl out and say, hey, I just like to get to know you. No
Yeah.
pressure. Let's meet at the pier, and we can just sit down and talk and have a conversation. I was telling them on
Uh-huh.
IG, let's go have
Keep it
coffee.
simple.
Let's go
Ice
have tea.
cream.
It's $5.
Yep.
You know, just something simple, because I don't need you to spend a lot of money on me to get to
No.
know me.
No.
But that's just me.
And
Yes.
let me just add this too. I did date a guy that he didn't have much of nothing.
Mhm.
But when he took me out on a date, I think it was the first date, he borrowed the money to take me out.
Okay.
I didn't turn him down on that because he borrowed the money to be able to take me out, but we didn't do nothing fancy or nothing like that. We kept it simple.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not all in that, but just to see where his heart was. I mean, so for me, I think the first date, yes, I do expect him to pay. But then, I mean, I'm the type of woman that if he took care of the first date, I will take care of the second one. I mean, that's just the way. I mean, I will most definitely do that. It doesn't have to be third, fourth, or fifth. I'll take care of the second one.
Okay. Okay. Sharon don't want y'all to just make sure y'all know y'all can pay on the
no,
first date.
look, here's the thing. Y'all know me after a while, I'll check out. So I checked out. But what because the only thing I think what I said was misconstrued to say that, I don't agree that, a man can pay on the first date. What I was just trying to do was say, hey, there are other scenarios too. That was my rant. My
Mhm.
rant was, hey, there are other ways, there are other situations. And so, therefore, let's all consider those other situations and those other people as well, to put it out there that, hey, you're not wrong if you do this. That was just my rant, as well. So, I'm not saying that it's not, appropriate for the man to pay. It is. But at the same time, I'm like Sherelle. men done took women out for so many times. They about broke now because they keep paying for
Yeah.
everything, and that's why on IG Live I started out saying, you know, I think that it's in a generation to where you could go Dutch on the first date because don't nobody know nobody. And don't nobody know whether they gonna stay or whether they gonna go. So, is it fair for him to be out of all the money and you just get a free meal? So you have all of those scenarios. It just depends on what you want and what you decide that you want to do between you and the guy that you're going out with. So, that's why I just said, those are just that's my rant.
Yeah,
That's
and that's what
and
this
I'm not saying
is.
that's how
Yep.
that I'm not saying that I've never paid for a date.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that is. But I can tell you this, my husband did not have a whole lot of money
Mm-hmm.
when we first went out on a date. He did not. And so if I would have just turned him down because he did not have or he could
Mm-hmm.
not afford what I had become accustomed to with my other dates, because with my other dates at that time, I had become accustomed to going to very fine dining. But my first date with my husband was at Burger King. So therefore, hey, you never know. You never know.
Yep. Yep. Me,
Yeah, I'm
me, and
open to
me
free
in yellow
entertainment.
suit with the Perkins.
Yeah.
And and I'll address what Robin says. Nobody said what these dates cost. Nobody's put a price tag on any of these dates.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
says we're going to, no 7-star, restaurant. We just said the first
No.
date. The first date could be
The first
Perkins. The
date.
first date could be Denny's. We said the first date.
Or
So
ice
we're not
cream.
putting
It could
like
be anything.
this because she asked are y'all gold diggers? What did she say? She said she
Not
ain't
the gold
saying we
digger.
gold diggers, but y'all ain't messing with no broke. Um, the misconception is that these are like exquisite dates. Like we at
No, they're
Ruth's
not.
Chris or Three
No.
Forks or
Mm-mm.
something.
Mm-mm.
No, these are just the first date. So was this? KJ says, are you open to him taking you on a free entertainment date? Is he just that's not showing you of any worth? That's similar to what Leslie said. Yeah, a walk in the park. Just
Yeah.
sitting, getting to know one another. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to. The money is uh, the amount of money is inconsequential.
Yeah.
It's just the first date. Yeah. Robin said, yeah, free dates work for her too.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Free dates
there's
are
no problem with
fine.
free dates. But but what I'm saying, I'm not saying the Roof Chris and the Three Forks and Eddie V's and all of those different places. But I'm just saying, even if like I said, I went to Burger King with my husband on the
Mhm.
first date. You know, we got a soda and maybe a dollar cheeseburger, and I may
Mhm.
have paid for my own. I probably did
Mhm.
because he had nothing.
Right.
I didn't even like his shoes, so he couldn't even have good shoes. So it wasn't what I was accustomed to, by
Right.
no means. By no means. What my husband presented me
Yeah.
was not what I was accustomed to at all.
Mhm.
Not in how I had dated before. He was nowhere close to what I was accustomed to.
Mhm.
But, something down in my spirit said, this one right here, give him a chance. He
Mhm.
don't look like what he gonna be.
Right. Right. Right.
And right. So
Can I
I
ask
see
y'all
her
you,
a
and this
Chrissy.
question?
finger. Her and this Baptist finger,
I was
Lord
like, I got
Jesus.
something to say. Hold on. Hold
I don't
on.
want to interrupt, but I do got a question. Would either one of you date a guy that is still living at home with his mother and he rides a bicycle?
um, the bike threw me off, but it would depend on why he's living at home with his mother.
Right.
I mean, it because like at our age, is he living at home with his mother because he's a caregiver?
No, he's not a caregiver.
Oh, okay.
Oh God,
Okay, is he
Chrissy, is
living
this
with
somebody
his
you
mother?
dating?
Cause
Chrissy,
see, I'm trying to
Chrissy,
make it work. Is he so he not
Cheryl,
helping her out or
Cheryl,
nothing? He's helping her out financially.
Nope.
Cheryl, just tell Chrissy no. Just tell
See, I'm
Chrissy she cannot date him.
trying to make it work.
I'm just trying to ask you,
Lady,
would you date?
other pearl say nope, nope. He
I
ain't
but
helping her out financially.
I
He's not her caretaker. How old is this man?
he's in his 30s, but it's pretty. I'm just listen. I turned him down because I literally told him the reasons why he probably has not been able to get a date because he asked me out on a date, but I told him it would not work. He heard me preach at a singles conference and then approached me afterwards. And I had to tell, and every time he see me, he's always asking me, "Am I still single?" And I say, and this last time I had to tell him I am taken. And I said in my mind, I'm taken by the Lord. I just I wouldn't just leave it, you know.
Say, Lord, I ain't lying. I'm taken by the Lord. I'm taken by the Lord.
I'm not available.
Right. I'm not available. I'm off the
Mm-mm.
market.
I
Yep.
just wanted to ask because I just didn't want to, no, but there are some other things going on. There's some loose screws too, but just one of
Those are
those
probably
things.
the only reasons that I would date a man if if he's taking care of his mother, if he
Yeah,
is
that's
helping her
different.
financially.
They're taking care
Those
of
I would
him.
be like, okay, I get that. But just
They're
cause
taking
like
care of
you
him.
30 some years old, or like okay, no, no. I was trying to think
No,
of other
I
stuff.
mean,
I
Yeah.
the
just didn't
first
want to
thing,
feel bad because I turned him down.
No.
no,
And go
you
ahead.
can
I'm
help
sorry,
him with
Sharon.
his resume.
Hmm?
Say it again.
You can help him with his resume and
Does he have a
you know,
job?
business. You can help him with business. Help him learn how to save money.
Pushing
You know,
carts.
huh?
Pushing carts.
Where he work at
Okay,
Publix?
Collecting
he can,
carts.
He works at Publix or something, or Windex or something.
It don't just it
Okay,
don't
never
matter
mind.
what
Okay, all
store.
right. You oh
You
let.
can it doesn't
but
matter
here's
what
the
store. He's pushing carts.
but here's the thing.
This is
But
so
that's what I'm
wrong. Y'all
saying.
read that comment.
Does he suffer from car sickness? I so can't. I can't. I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
she said he's in his 30s, Robin. That's kind of old to be, unless you saving to buy a house. Um, yeah.
It's the story of my life.
that
Yeah, I think the best thing that you can do is to basically help him get some of Cheryl's tips about saving money and finances, and get him to link his accounts to Acorns at least, where he could save $5 a week and save the change when he swipes his card. I think
they can
that would
have
be
even up
very
on his
beneficial.
account.
Yeah, that would be very beneficial. That would help him to see that he can actually save money and keep going in that direction. And therefore, he can, upgrade the bicycle to, something else and just keep going. Yes.
And the person just
Pearl
lead him to
said,
the Lord. That's all you can do is lead him to the Lord. Do you know
oh,
Jesus? Do you know Jesus? Lift
I
your
just
hands.
He's in the church.
lift your
He's in the
dirty hands
church.
and tell the Lord.
Tell him thank you. Okay, y'all. Okay, because here's the thing. This was the question of the day.
Right.
We have
We
not
hadn't
even
even got
gotten
to the
into
topic.
our topic, which was our top tips. But it segues beautifully into this. Top tips for being
Right.
single and happy. Because here's what I know. I am in so many Facebook groups that
Mhm.
revolve around singles. That's where I get a lot of these questions from because some of the questions just blow my mind. But anyway, and what I notice in a lot of these groups is a lot of desperation. A lot of women feeling like if they aren't married, then something is incomplete in them. and they are having conniptions. What's wrong with me? This is happening to me. Why can't I find someone? And so I wanted us to do tips for being single and happy, because I just know too many women that almost see singleness as a curse, as if something's wrong with them, as if they aren't married, then they won't find happiness until they get married. And what they don't know is if they can't find happiness single, it won't magically appear in marriage, because you'll take that same unhappy person into that marriage. And so I wanted to talk about, y'all give me you all's top tips for being single and happy. How are you accomplishing that? Look
You
at Sharon
first.
smile. Huh?
You you know, so I have been single since 1999.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much set in my own ways. No,
That's what
but
happens.
yes, it really is. But here's the thing. I think that one of the main tips is, like you said, to be comfortable in who you are
Mhm.
and be able to. What I learned over those years was to be able to date me. How do
Mhm.
I like dating me?
Right.
When I take me out on a date,
Okay.
you know, am I like laughing? Am I
Mhm.
comfortable? Am I good? So I took myself on a,
All
y'all know
right.
me, sabbaticals and dates is what I do. So,
You go ahead now.
so of course, the other day I took myself on a date just to go get some food, sat at the bar. Yes, all don't come at me. I didn't send for you. Uh-uh. So so
Oh,
don't come at me. So I sat at the bar and I ordered my food and I was taking pictures of myself and going, girl, you cute. Okay. You know, I ordered, I got a chance to talk with the bartender. We had a very good conversation
Mhm.
and I just really enjoyed myself. And so, if that's the way I am, then that's what I'm going to exude when I'm on a date. But
Right.
I'm comfortable because I got to know me.
Right.
I
yeah.
took the time but here's the thing. You got to tell yourself those ugly truths.
Right.
You got to be willing to tell yourself those ugly truths and say, "Girl, you mean when you out on a date."
Oh
Or
wow.
you chew too loud when you on dates.
You smacking.
You smacking. you know or but you have to be willing to tell yourself those truths and get to know who you are. What do you like, what you don't like? What makes you laugh, what makes you not laugh? Is
Hmm.
intellect a big part of when you're dating
Mhm.
somebody, being able to have different conversations, so you can't just be one note with me.
Right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
know I'm going to get bored. And once I get bored, then I'm bouncing. I'm out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm really out. If I get bored, or if you let me have my way, if I can
Mhm.
tell a man what to do, and
Mhm.
and I could just basically snap at you and tell you what to do,
Mhm.
although I won't do it, but I'm out.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. So my tip is to know who you are,
Mhm.
know yourself, you know, and that's spiritually as well. Know yourself.
Okay. I love it. Know yourself. I
Know
love that.
yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Chrissy.
This is a hard one for me. I'm gonna
Mhm.
just put it like that, because the biggest thing that I do as as a single person, I stay busy, and I'm saying I
Mhm.
stay busy, doing things, or I'm going out, I'm doing like different outings, or just going and just doing something, or just out, or going to some kind of event. I just like to stay busy because it keeps me occupied and it gets me out there to see other people. But what I am trying to learn, because I thought it was going to be hard to, I thought it was going to be hard to go back to this single life after my divorce.
Mhm.
Because I've been divorced now since 2016. and I thought it was gonna be kind of hard, but it's been okay because I had never been out to a movie by myself. I had
Mhm.
never went and sat at a restaurant by myself and ate. So when I went through my divorce and I went through this process of just trying to get to know me again, I started doing those things, and it
Okay.
was okay because I didn't know how it would be to go out and eat by myself. I was
Mhm.
like, well, do I take a book? Do I do this so I can sit and read because I don't have nobody to talk to? I was trying
Right.
to figure it out, and it ended up going well. And I've done it maybe just 2 or 3 times. Then I took myself to the movies, and or I take
Mhm.
myself to get a pedicure. So yeah, like they say, I started
Yeah.
dating myself. I just started trying to learn how to date myself, and just trying to get to know me. But then what messes me up if I'm sitting out now, I'm just giving my truth though. I'm sitting out, and then I look over, and then there's the little couples over there together. And so I have to make sure I get me a window. I have to make sure I get a window seat so I can look out
Did you see? I
look
said
out
there's a
the
little
window.
couple over there together.
Right. Right. Then I got to look over there at
I
them.
see them.
Yeah. But no, I mean, but there are the perks to it because I've been on both sides of the track. Because when you're single, you don't have to answer to no one either. You don't have to answer
Right.
to no one. You can just get up and go and just go and do things. So that is a plus to it. Um, so I mean, there are joys to it, and I'll sometimes post. You have to begin to find happiness in your singleness. You have to
Mhm.
begin to learn how to be happy in your singleness while you're
Right.
waiting. And one of
True.
the things too, I picked, especially for those of us who are single and we're wanting to be married, and we'll be saying, "Lord, Lord, bring my spouse." When really we should be using this time to say, "Lord, prepare me to be the spouse that he or she needs," is what we should
Right.
be saying. And I
Right.
should say that we need to be using our time wisely, because I thought maybe I would have been married again by now, but it
Mhm.
hasn't happened yet. But hey, we're going on the 7th year. That's God's number of
All
completion.
right.
Hopefully
Completion.
hopefully I meet
I
him this
said
year.
that too. Now I'm at 22.
Oh, come on, come on, Sharon. Listen,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
listen. And so I did read what Pearl had put here. So I've been over here in my mind saying, I'm done with dating. I'm done. So hopefully he'll come next month. Like I was seeing what you
She said, if he did it for you, he could do it for
Right.
me. That's my witness right there. What he done
exactly,
for one, he can
exactly.
do for me.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I
Yeah.
love that, especially you all as sharing. I guess was knowing herself, dating
Mm,
herself, and I guess kind of a similar thing with you, Lady Christy. And for me, it's pretty much on those same lines. For me, it was learning to love myself. Um,
mm-hmm.
Often we ask people to love someone we don't love
True.
because we haven't fallen
Mm.
in love with ourselves yet, but we want a man to love somebody
Yeah.
that we don't love yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for
Right.
me, it was falling in love with me, all my quirks, all my uh, idiosyncrasies, uh, learning how to do that. I love that Robin says, bring your own happiness. So
That's good.
me
Mm-hmm.
learning to love all, and this is a better way to say it, learning to love all sides of me, not just what
Mm-hmm.
people perceive to be the good side of me. um,
Right.
Learning to love the stubborn side of me,
Mm-hmm.
learning to love the loud side of me, learning to all my little idiosyncrasies, all my little
Yeah.
quirks and things that get on other people's nerves, and learning to be okay with that. Not that I stay there, not that I don't try to,
Yeah.
continuously get better at who God has
Yeah.
called me to be, but I used to be very judgmental about myself. And what that in turn allowed me to do is very
Mm,
judgmental. It made me realize that because I was so judgmental of myself, that meant I was judgmental of other people too. And so I
mhm.
had to learn how to be okay with the sides of me that are not perfect, that are not even good, but just
So
be
true.
okay with that and be able to sit with that and say, Lord, that's something, yeah, that ain't real cute right there, but I'm gonna work on that, but I'm not gonna discount me. I'm not gonna not like me because that's not perfect. Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I used to be a people pleaser, and so everything I did was, is it okay? Is that all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
does that ruffle any feathers? Um,
Yeah.
but what the old saints tell you was so true. Just keep on living. If you keep on
Mm-hmm.
living, a lot of this stuff you've shared and say, you know what, this is who I am. That doesn't mean I'm going to stay here, but I actually like me. And
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
I am not surprised when other people like me too.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what happens with women's because you don't like yourself, that you can take just anything from a man because you don't expect to be treated well. That's not your expectation. You expect somebody to treat you how you think about you.
Yeah.
And so you keep, bringing these men that don't think highly of you because they are responding to how you feel about you. And so when you really learn how to know yourself, how what you like, what you don't like, the ways you like to be spoken to, the ways you don't like to be spoken to, what brings peace to your soul, what is rest for you, whether it is, dinner, whether it is taking sabbaticals, whether it is getting your toes done, getting your nails done, whether it is beach
Mm-hmm.
time, what feeds you, then you can communicate that to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
somebody else. When he asks you what you want to do, you're gonna be like, well, what you want to do? Like, what I
Well,
like to
here's what
do
I do.
is raw. I got some
Yeah.
ideas.
Just tough, straight up tell them.
Yes, yes. Lady First says, you
You attract
attract
what's
what's
in
in
you.
you.
Was yeah,
Yeah.
and
Go ahead,
and
Sharon.
I definitely agree with what Pearl said and with what you said, Cheryl. Um, I think sometimes, as singles, we battle so much with self-esteem and
Mhm.
self-confidence,
Yeah.
um, that we get into this place of desperation.
Mhm.
And when we get desperate, we settle.
Yeah.
We settle for anything and we do whatever
That's
the
true.
cost. I
Right.
can't wait to see Chrissy in another 15 years
Mhm.
because
Mm.
she's going to be so different
Phenomenal.
than who she is now.
Right.
Um, and I think when you get, especially when you get over the age of AARP, uh,
They start sending you cards and magazines.
yeah, yeah, you
But I
just
got
get
that
settled
already.
and yeah, but you just kind of get
How
settled.
they sent that
Oh,
already?
how you get that?
You ain't old
Oh,
enough to
Listen,
get that.
one of
only
her
oh,
menses.
no, 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 no. Only it only happens to Chrissy. I turned 40 and I say, now hold on a minute. They sending me stuff that they're not supposed to be sending me yet. I'm
Yeah, it
not
ain't
there yet.
time yet.
I'm
Mm-mm.
not there yet. And so, but it started coming in the mail already.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I just think that once you get to be in your 50s, all of that stuff that you were just concerned about in your 20s and 30s and even sometimes your 40s, it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not so much, because I guess for me, I'm like, I'm closer to the grave. I need to live.
Devil is
I
a
don't.
lie, girl.
I
Live.
Well, no, I'm saying
I'm
I'm
teasing
closer
you.
than I than I was before. But I want to live, and therein
Yeah.
lies why
That's true.
it's so important for us to step away from all of the things that we have going on. And that's the thing, especially for us career women or
Mm-hmm.
women
Yeah.
that have our
Yeah.
own businesses, own ministries or whatever. We
Yeah.
don't always know how to step back and step away,
Mm-hmm.
take those multiple hats that we
Yeah.
Yeah.
have. We don't know
True.
how to take them off. We don't know how to just be naked, not literally, but
Right.
just be naked to where there is no title. We're not accepting business phone calls.
Exactly.
We are
Mm-hmm.
just being just us, just allowing us to be that feminine, that woman who loves girly stuff, or
Mhm.
loves to go to the beach or do whatever it is that
Yeah.
we love to do. And
Right.
so that's why when you hear that I'm on a sabbatical or something, that's sharing. That's all about sharing. That's not about
Mhm.
anybody else.
Right.
Mm-mm. So when I get married, if I'm on, if I get, if I ever, Lord Jesus,
I
get
heard you
married
when you said I
again,
wasn't gonna say nothing.
no, man, look, if I ever get married again and I'm out with my husband, I'm on vacation with my husband. But if
Right.
I'm by myself, I'm on
Mhm.
Yeah.
sabbatical. That's
Right.
me getting a refreshing. And we don't do that. So that's one of my tips too to singles.
Right.
Go on sabbaticals. I don't care
Yes.
if it's just to the next city, because I
Right.
took a sabbatical week before last, and I just
Okay.
went to a hotel right here in Texas.
Mhm.
I was still in Texas. I was
Just
probably about an hour or so away, but I just went and got a hotel, and I was able to just chill, just relax, and I
that's good.
enjoyed every single moment, every
Good.
single moment of it. And when it was time to come back to work and everything like that, I came back fresh.
Right.
So that's a tip
That's
as
good.
well.
Right. Right. Yeah, and that's so true. And that has probably been one of the harder things for me to do is because I am so driven,
Yeah.
and I am so focused. It's been uh, up until probably this year difficult for me to push back, but God's been stripping stuff and making me rest. Because
Mm.
even during the pandemic, while everybody was, with um, churches being closed down, everybody getting a sabbatical, I didn't get one because that meant we had to ramp up because we had to take everything online. And so for me, it was a busier season, like everybody
Mm-hmm.
else, home chilling, flicking, watching YouTube church. But for me, who was a part of the media team,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
didn't stop for us. And so me learning how to let go, how
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to just rest has been a
Yeah.
challenge. Learning how to pull back and
Wow.
take off all of the gazillion hats that I was
Mm-hmm.
wearing, and how to just, like Robin says, go lay down. Go
Go
lay
lay
down and stop being
down.
so
That's
busy.
very true.
Go
That,
lay
that that's very
Yeah.
true.
down.
Thank you. I love that.
I wish you
I love
would.
that video. So
Woo.
that's been something I've been working on, is just resting and not doing everything. I don't have it down yet, so y'all keep the prayers coming. But I'm better. I'm just not where I know I
Better
need to
at it.
be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so yeah, I'm
Yeah.
working on
And
it.
And for me, I have stepped back a lot, but people still be like, "You're so busy. You're doing everything. You're doing this in the community. You're doing that. You don't have time for a family." Now that's what I get a lot of. You don't have time for a family, or you don't have time to date anyone. Or I'm like, well, the whole point is that I'm doing all this stuff because I don't have those things right now. When
Mhm.
those things come, it's gonna change. It will most definitely change for me. Not all, not all the way, but I'll know what's gonna take priority for me.
Right.
But yeah, now that's what I hear a lot in my community. Chrissy, you're so busy, you don't have time for that, or you, or even if I had kids, you won't have time to raise children because you're busy doing all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm not that busy, but that's what they
That's the
see.
perception of
That's
people.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think sometimes that may work against us,
yeah.
especially from
Correct.
the man that's looking
Correct.
on, because a
That's
lot of
correct.
times,
Correct.
and my god cousins used to tell us this all the time, as a man looking in, he's looking to see how he fits in your life before he ever
Hmm.
approaches you. And if
True.
he doesn't see that there is a space for him, even though he may want to approach you, even though he may like what he sees, that may
Right.
stop him because he doesn't see
Correct.
where he could fit in it. So maybe that's what
Correct.
they might be saying. I know for my god cousins, they were like, "You look so happy. Should
Right.
should I should I be looking sad? Should I be
Right.
looking downtrodden?" And
You look real happy, Cheryl. You really do, actually. You look like super happy, but I love it that you are so happy. Like you just yes.
And I am, but and so it made me. This is what I asked my guy cousin. I was like, should I not be happy? Do y'all prefer women that are not happy? Like, let me go look for, and because it for a lot of men, especially in our age group, they like to rescue women. So I was like,
Yeah.
do I need to put on my damsel in distress, look like I need to be
No,
rescued? Because I'm like,
no.
I am a genuinely happy person.
Person.
That is just who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love life. I love where I am in life. I love my family. Um, so if that's what's stopping him, because then when you get the downtrodden girl, then you be mad because she down and sad all the time. But that's what you went after. You left the little happy, gleeful girl by herself.
Ah,
Now you got sad and downtrodden. Now you got to deal with it. That's what.
yeah.
And okay, that's for another story. I was about to go in a whole other rant, but yeah, I'm not
Uh-oh.
gonna talk
Uh-oh.
about
What
that.
rant was that? What look, what's the rant? What's the rant?
well,
Spill the rant.
well, and
I'm
and
a
I guess it's our fault and it's men's fault. The couplings that we settle for, that we get into, because you want someone that you can rescue, then you get her, then you get sick of rescuing her.
mm,
But that's what you went after.
yep.
You went after a woman that you had to rescue. So now you can't be mad that she consistently needs to be rescued. I see it all the time. And like, why are you wearing more? That's what you went after. You knew that when you got her that she was needy. Don't be mad now that you got a needy woman. That's what you went after. And because there's
Right, but
something
at the
broken
same
in
time,
you that needs to do that. I'm sorry.
but
Go
he
ahead,
doesn't
Sharon.
think but he doesn't think he can handle you because you intimidate him.
That
Because
part.
Remember
I'm
we had
happy.
that conversation? Remember we had that conversation that but that there are men that say,
I
you know,
do.
I'm intimidated by you, and that's why I
Exactly.
want to approach you. And so it's almost like he's like, well, do I look for the damsel or do I go from the one that intimidates me?
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. I really don't know what we're supposed to be because I've actually gotten
I'm
that.
confused.
Some of the guys that I have really really liked, they will say to me, "You need this type of dude," or "You need a dude that can." And I'm like, "But I like you, and you trying to tell me I need." So I've had that so much, and even my ex husband, he
hmm
while we were married would say, "You need this type of dude." I'm like, "But we said I do to each other." So I have
Right.
literally heard that for a long time, a big portion of my life.
Right.
And then I even dated a guy that was well to do. And then to have him say, "You need this type dude," I'm like, well, good Lord. I don't went from the poor to the crazy to the and so I don't
She done dated them all. Dated every
so
one of
listen,
them.
so when I saw the comment about you attract what's inside, I said, well, I'm like, well, my insides must be confused because I done had all of them. I done had all of the kind that you could think of. And I don't know what has happened or what went wrong.
Well, and
Okay.
um, Robin says, have we learned to make room and be available for the possibility of a relationship with a man?
Yes,
Um,
I have. Yep.
I think I have, but maybe I haven't. Robin, tell me what you think that should look like, because maybe what I think I've done to make room or to be available, maybe that isn't resonating with the men that are looking. And here's the thing. I would always like there'd be several guys that I'd be like, oh, I wish he would ask me out because I think he's a nice
Mm-hmm.
guy. I think he's a cool guy. And
Yep.
then he would never ask me out. But then I'd get in a relationship with somebody else, and then they would tell me how interested they were in me. You gonna wait till I'm with somebody else to tell me that? And maybe because it wasn't a threat anymore. I don't know if they couldn't be rejected
It's
anymore. So I don't
guys
know
are
what that
weirdos.
is. So
Because
Guys are
they
weirdos.
probably thought that he probably thought that you were going to reject him. That's a scary part. But
Yes,
herein
yes.
lies where what we talked about the other week, flirting,
hmm
that's where the flirting comes in. You
well,
know,
and I
you thought
told
he
y'all
was
my flirter is broke.
oh
My
God.
flirter is broken. So I
A
need to
flirter
revive
is
the
broken.
flirter. my flirting juices just, I guess they don't work like.
But you know that there was an interest in him, and obviously he had an interest in you.